Okay, good evening everyone. We are currently having like a makeup class from our discussion earlier this afternoon because we lost connection sa kuang klase from 2:30 to 4. Actually, managhuman na ito sa akong discussion after niya. Ito pa na-realize na wala jud ay ning connectang ang data. So, wala jud hingga. So, we're currently having a makeup class. It's a recording of the continuation of the entire chapter 1 so that by Wednesday we can have a face-to-face with and you will not be left behind uh, by set A, by set B. Okay, so let us continue with chapter 1 discussion. So I will no longer go back to the very beginning until I already discussed that one from previous discussion kapag December, both online and face-to-face. Ang ako alam tibason is the remaining slides that we were not able to discuss or to proceed with from last na discussion online before Christmas break. Okay, so we already established the payment resource has 5 different activities from recruitment to labor relations. Naana pa diri nga part sa appraisal. We're done with the selection process. We just read this one. We already discussed reliability and validity from last time. So, usually I will do a recap na ang ano, but since kulang na ang puta sa oras, then make-up class naman po ni sumudit so na lang dito sa katunang areas or slides na wala pa na cover. So, we will now proceed with appraisal. Okay, wait lang. So, we ended before appraisal, no? So, this evening, I will be discussing appraisal and also the different types of pay. Okay, so appraisal is the process of evaluating employee performance. This may be taken from job-related strengths, development need, progress towards goals, and determine ways to improve performance, pay, and promotion decisions. So appraisal, we evaluate our employees and try to see if need ba of incentives or rewards because they outperform, or for example, they met a certain quota, or for example, for increase ng productivity levels nila, increase ng performance sa job. Without for this performance appraisal traffic check if naabay other employees na areas nila improve. That's why we determine ways on how to improve their performance. Maybe not underperform sila because they were not motivated or they were not given opportunities to learn more about their job, to have upskilling, so dira po na ma-identify sa performance appraisal. The more systematic the performance appraisal process is, the better, because it will be easier to determine who among your employees ang kinahanglan of help for improvement, who among your employees ang kinahanglan tagaan of rewards because they're doing a very good job when it comes to productivity. Okay? Usually, part na sa HR in line also with the manager. Kaya dili man si HR lang mo evaluate alone. Usually it's the manager and si HR ang provide of tools to help evaluate the employees. There are different types of appraisal. You can do self-appraisal wherein you evaluate yourself. There's also peer appraisal wherein your colleague or your co-worker will evaluate you. You also have the 360-degree appraisal wherein everybody evaluates you, your peers, your subordinates who are under you, they will evaluate your leadership skills, supervisors, your clientele, your clients, based on the quality and services that you provide, and even in kaugalingon. So, mo na siya ang self-appraisal. Now, there is a tendency wherein appraisals can be very biased. That's why sometimes mga commit a central tendency error, where everyone is ranked as average. Okay? Masking ang katong nindot og performance, no? Masking katong nag-underperform, Wala, nga sila performance, pero patas na sila ang pag-rate, which is unfair. So, kasi may uban nga maayo ang performance, may uban nga wala, no? Like, kung underperform, may uban nga dili maayo sila mga task, pero equal ratanan sila of rating, which is really unfair. You're not giving due credit to those who have performed well, those who are very productive, and also very competent in their work, kay gipatasan nimo og rate sa katong mga incompetent silang trabaho. Okay? Naputi nga tawag ng leniency error, wherein individuals are ranked higher than they deserve, which is also quite unfair, no? Dili pud matag-an og opportunity to grow ang usa ka empleyado if tagana to sila kay nga rating, where in reality dili na mao ang iyahang level of work na dito. Like, dili siya deserving ang rating kay ang iyahang quality of work is dili mo align sa rating na gihatag sa iya. Oftentimes, um, kung ano, dili mo grow ang sa empleyado kay they become lenient and gusto lang, ay, hiraman ko, like, I don't need to improve anymore because ako ang rating is kanang taas kaayo, dapat ay ko og rating. Ano, why would I bother improving myself? Na, just need to improve naman. Sa that could provide also um, um, ways wherein the employee will no longer be motivated to accept growth, no, because wala, no, kanang, oh, kataas ako rating as a teacher, oh, kataas ako rating as an employee, ano, need pa man kumukuan. So, anak ko nga, sa high, mapunay matabo if na evidence error, where they are ranked higher than they deserve. Wherein, okay to be at no, realistic ang rate ihatag sa imo, even though, no, na at times na kanang di kay tag-as, because it's one way to also identify mo. There are areas that you need to improve, na apo di ay kay mga kuan, mga lapses, na kailangan ko ninyo sa unlearn, no? Kailangan ko ninyo sa like for example, no, like kailangan ko ninyo na siya ikuan na, ay, dahil ako na usbon, na-stop na kayo na kuan kay na-out the siya, based sa akong ratings. Kung bitan may mga evaluators kasi sa mga teachers to identify ang sa mga strengths and weakness ako sa ka-teacher nga kung dili dapat mahadlok ang isa ka tawo i-evaluate kay dili man na ingon nga parang yan discourage na. It's one way also for us to know na actually room for improvement pa na dili ko nga panahon na like feel mo gusto ka performance pero ang on the receiving end of the services you provide dili di ay sila satisfied. At least makabalo pug ka, self-aware pug ka. So, with si error, dili na mas self-aware ang usa ka employee kay they are made to think na they're doing well in their work. In fact, that is the total opposite. Okay? So, with realistic rating, they've learned already ang sa mga weaknesses nila, ang mga strengths nila as an employee, how do they limit or diminish those limitations or those weaknesses. Of HR, dili ta mahadlok mohatag og saktong rating. Okay, sunod to ito, was masuko na to. Dili kung sa ilaha po na lapses if they don't know their true din nila nga score. Okay, so muna siya yung figuring appraisals. So who appraises performance? So again, no, na si supervisor, si customer and client, si subordinate, ang mga tao, no, under sa imo ha, your peers or co-workers, and even yourself. You rate yourself based on your growth, based on your productivity, right? Sa proceed to pay and benefits. Sa pay and benefits na atay, lahi na siya ha, lahi ang pay level sa pay structure. So, for example, ang pay level is a comparison between you, no, your company, how much they are paying your employees, and also how much the competitors are paying their employees. For example, Hotel A is paying their employees for this kind of position for 18,000 per month, while si Hotel B, gabayad siya sa same position, but it's 22,000 per month. So makita ko lang daan mo from the comparison na ang pay level, mas taas ang pay level ni Hotel B compared ni Hotel A. Okay? So, it's the pay incentives compared to other firms in the industry. natay ginatawag na kanang below market pay, natay middle market pay, naputay above market pay. No? So, ang below market pay, you pay lower than your competitors. You pay your employees lower than your competitors, which in turn can um, make your employees move to a different company because, they're not satisfied, mas taas yung pasweldo sa pikas, diba? Or naka sa middle, no? Middle imong market pay. Meaning, the same ang imuhang pay, no? For example, 80,000 imuhang monthly salary sa imong empleyado, niya sa pikas po ng company, sa lain ng company in the same industry, 18,000 na po ilang pasweldo. So, parehas na tanan. Ang above pay, so it's an advantage for you na because you pay higher than your competitors. O, ikaw, mo pasweldo ka sa manager na sa mga 30 to 40,000. Pero ang imuhang competitor na ara sa mga around 15,000. So, dako dyan kay kagpasweldo compare sa ubang competitors, which can help retain your employees, keep them motivated. Okay? So, mao na siya nga, ang pay level mo is above, no? Above market pay. Ang pay structure is not a comparison, it's not a comparison between one company to another. Ang pay structure is within the company. So, i-cluster nimo ang jobs into different categories based on importance, skills, and other issues. Ang components sa pay structure is ang position, ang salary grade o salary range. For example, ang position nila is manager. Ang salary grade niya is salary grade 33. So, kayo daw kung sweldo. So, position manager or CEO. CEO lang, no? CEO. Salary grade niya, 33. Oh, salary grade 33. Ang salary range sa salary grade 33 kay 400,000 plus. So, almost 500,000. Okay? So, mo na siya ang pay structure. Mag-differ ang imuhang pay grade o imuhang pay range or salary range based on your position, okay? Based on your skills and even your competency. Muna siya ang pay structure. So, hindi na pwede nga ka nag like position, pero parehas ka og sweldo, dili ko na siya pwede. Okay? Mag-differ din na siya. Namgani uban nga same position for lain-lain ang sweldo kaya ang usa na siya credentials or certifications far more superior than the other. Okay, may manakalabanan po. So, next we proceed with benefits. Okay, so ang pay structure, ang benefits ay some are required like social security and workers compensation or mga SSS, PhilHealth. Others, they are provided at the employer's option, like health insurance, daycare, and others. So, like dental. Dili man tanan companies ka provide of dental o health insurance. Kung wala may health insurance. So, that's why I buy my own separate life and health insurance sa third party nga agency. Sa third party nga agency. So, naiuban na naay dental, sila dental, health insurance, HMOs, no? Tapos sila daycare nga benefits, like if nakay anak nga wala mo bantay, so na sila built-in nga daycare sa ilahang sa ilahang companies, so may bilhin ng bata, no? So, naiba yung anak. Napaiban nga cafeteria style plan wherein employees can choose the best mix of benefits for them. This can be hard to manage kay although it is customized and have freedom like na naman ko yung life insurance sa lain na insurance company. Kurang kwaon na sa company na ako ang gitsubahan is dental lang. So, pwede sa kamerang makapili mo customize na insurance based on what they need. Pero lisod lang jud kaayo siya sa part ni ito siya sa part ni HR kay lisod kay siya i-manage, lisod siya i-monitor. Mas nindot siya if uniform ra tanan, mas dali pod siya i-monitor sa part ni human resource. Okay, let's proceed to the different kinds of pay. We also have base wage or your job-based pay, your basic monthly salary. So, for example, you get paid for the job that is done within 8 hours of work. That is your basic monthly salary. Whether it will be paid monthly or 1530. Ang competency-based pay is pay linked to job-relevant skills, knowledge, and experience. Like, for example, no, you pay a consultant to impart his knowledge, his expertise sa kaniyang specific task or job. So, ginabayaran siya based on kaya knowledge and experience nga na-provide, no? Mabita na ng ano, mo consult ka tag attorney, mo bayad ka, or mo consult tag doctor, mo bayad ka because we pay them for their knowledge and experience, okay? Consult ka nila on matters of like health or legal matters. There's more like competency-based pay. Then we also have incentive pay. So, linked to job performance. Like, for example, na-meet na-exceeding mo ang quota. Or, for example, this year, na-increase mong productivity levels, no? Or, na-increase ang profit sa inyong company. So, tagaan mo incentives because you are part of the team that made it happen. So, matabuan na, you'll be given additional incentive na pay, like bonuses. Ang uban po ana is through incentive travel. Like, maka-travel ka sa Japan for 3 days, all paid expenses trip by the company, na ido lang ka mabalon o allowance na lang. No? So, yung ana na siya. This can help increase motivation among employees and links employees to firm performance. This works well when employees trust the firm. Sila na makita nilang if they perform well, they can be incentivized, provided with bonuses, mas the more sila ma-encourage to do well at work. Ay, hindi, pagkaan with incentives sila also. Magdaning punta, makabenefit ang company. Dapat hindi sila magtinihik. Kaya, mas makita sila nga, they will be rewarded. Hindi mo tinik ang company kaya they will be rewarded by kung ano, like, for example, nakita nila nga, nakita sa employees na they will be rewarded by the company, they will really do well. So, dili na mag-ugtas po ang business na, ay, kailangan i-train sila ko kung mga empleyado o i-monitor. Kay, dili na kay, syempre, maningkamot ang ila ang mga employees. Okay, next is individual incentives. So there are different kinds of individual incentives. First, we have the piece rate. So pay for each unit of output. So for example, kada matahi na siya sa usa ka sastre, tagaan siya og let's say 50 or 150 pesos. Kada ma-assemble sa usa ka factory worker, naa siya tag 100 pesos for it. Okay, that is the piece rate. Pay for each unit of output. On commissions, on the other hand, it's paid from percentage of sales or profits. For example, I am a real estate agent. Every time that I sold a house, I would get, let's say, 20% of commission, or 20% percentage from it. Okay? Kasi nang waligya po ka o, sir ng insurance mo, baligya kong insurance policy. Kada insurance policy mo mabaligya, nga worth ani nga amount, na kay porsyento ana. Lahi siya sa piece rate kay tibok ni mo sa makuha according to per piece or unit of output. Pero, ginagmay ra pod. Unlike sa commission na dinagko lagi, pero di mo siya makuha o tibuok kay percentage naman of the sales niyo makuha. But at least, dinagko pod siya. Usually, mga salesperson, like mag-sell og car, or mag-sell og kanang kuan, mag-sell sila og insurance policy. Next is bonuses or lump sum payment. So, tingob na siya, no? Is extra pay na tingob na siya, usually ginahatag by the end of the year, no? Like year-end bonus. Dahil po na siya sa 13th month, ha? Dahil po na sa 13th month na pay ka na sa balaod, ihatag, something na siya. Pero dahil po ng bonuses, that's an extra na nga incentives provided sa company, usually at the end of the month, end of the year. Ang merit pay is permanent increase in base pay, or we call it salary increase, no? Linked to individual's previous performance. For example, if you're a manager that has done well, no, in leadership, no, kay kanang nakakita sa nga na kay leadership skills, na you have good evaluation over the past few years, natagaan ka nila o salary increase because of your performance. That is merit pay. Ang seniority, this increase over time. Let's say, 5 years na ka sa company, so not pay salary increase. Okay, this is rewarded because you have been loyal to the company. So, for example, no, after 5 years, kalatuin na yung mga salary increase, no, katong nag-stay ka sa company. So, this can actually motivate employees to stay longer, no? Loyalty and even retention of employees. Now, moving to team or organizational incentive, naatay gain sharing. No? Teams of employees share in gains from improvements in productivity or cost-saving measures. So, pareha sa man ni sila class na bonuses, ang naka-different lang ni gain sharing is that this is from productivity and performance. So, meaning, you'll be rewarded because, no, lapaw na mo sa quota. Okay. Aside from like nalapas na mo sa quota, kung ano, naka-save mo og ka ng mga labor cost because you were very productive, no? Pagkakay mo na-produce na products, let's say, in a year, okay? So, that is gain sharing. Ang yung pag-measure is the productivity and performance of the employees. If they exceeded the quota or what is required of them, exceed the nila, will be provided with incentives or bonuses. Profit sharing, on the other hand, is based on profit. So, for example, for the entire year, may increase ang profit sa company. Ilang mga nabaligya, kuan is daghan kaayo, so na-increase ang profit. So, meaning ano, nga pod, since increase ng profit, na ay bonuses na ma-receive pod ang employee sa company as a reward for the increase ng profit. Like, increase sabi in millions ng profit. So, matag sila pahalipay sa mga empleyado who made it happen. So, ang sa gain sharing, this is quite common among teams or department ng gain sharing. Ang profit sharing is experienced by the entire company. Not per department only, but the entire company. Ang stock ownership, on the other hand, is another incentive provided by the company wherein pwede ka kapalit og shares. You own a portion of the shares, no, or shares of the company. So, for example, you can buy 10 or 15% of stocks, no, or shares sa company. So you own 10 or 15% sa company and with a discounted price. So nindot po kayo siya nga pang motivation kay. For example, kung taas gani ang stocks, ang value sa stock or share, mudaas po na ang imuhang kuan, no? Ang imuhang madawat. So, dapat maningkamot ka mo trabaho, tarong kay, maningkamot ka, kay, kung makabenefit ang company, makabenefit ang pug ka, ma-increase silang stocks of shares, ma-increase man po imuha nga madawat, di ba? So, kay, it also encourages like ownership because you feel that you are part of the company because you own a part of the company. Shareholder ko, I own 15% of the stocks or 15% of the shares in this company. So, ikaka-feel na your employee ka, involved with kaayo ka. Kaya maka-benefit ng pod ka. So, mo pa lang sa mga incentives gihimo pod or sa company to motivate the employees to perform well. Okay, so this one is actually law, no, from the US. So this is not from the Philippines, Railway Labor Act of 1926. But naay similarities ani, naay similarities ani sa ato ang labor law, specifically in under Book 5, Labor Relations. Okay. Uh, Basically, Labor Act of 1926, the fundamental right of workers to engage in labor organizing activity without fear of employer retaliation and discrimination, meaning they're allowed to join labor unions and pwede sila ka-entrust sa labor union to negotiate sa employer on their behalf. Nga dili sila mahadlok nga mo retaliate ang employer masuko or i-discriminate sa trabaho. Okay? So, this to avoid service interruption, eliminate restrictions on joining unions, and prompt settlement of disputes. Naapod ni sa ato ang kwan. Although, wala tayong ani nga kind of ano, pero naa siya sa ato ang labor code. No? Under Book 5, or labor law, under Book 5, labor relations, na di-allow sa dole ang mga labor unions in order to avoid any uh, uh, disruptions or to avoid any kanang mga away, mga disputes, prevent any disputes, no? And to promote uh, kano kanang fairness in the workplace. Na naapoy ko at uh, proper pod nga outlets or avenues wherein ma-represent po og tarong ang mga employees, no? There's also collective bargaining. No? So later on, we'll be discussing labor unions man sa atong future discussions under the Dole Handbook. Okay. So, pa man to sa theories, pero once we teach the Dole Handbook, dila na to ma-discuss ang labor unions, incentives, okay, ang computation po sa incentives, or overnight, ano. And that's it, no? That's actually the end of our discussion. Ang nakataas naman dito ani is mag-recap unta ako sa mga previous discussions nato from before. Pero di-cut short na lang dyan na po kay para diretso na lang dyan ta sa mga slides na wala pa natin na-discuss. So, ani na ko siya kay para at least kuan man mo sa ato ang quiz, no, this coming Wednesday. Iduhok mo lang tawag mo kay supposedly rest day man ta, rest time ta na ko orong gabi, no, pero nag-pick up class and ko kay para at least dili masayang adlaw, no, dili pud ta ingon nga ma-postpone ato ang quiz na pud na klase na pud sa wala na pud na klase pag Monday. Okay? So that will be all, Raman. Thank you so much, everyone, and good luck sa quiz on Wednesday.